Hello and welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to review some Paul Rubens oil pastels that they sent me and asked me to review. I have never used them. So guys, come along on this ride. We're going to see if I completely mess this up, see if I get to know how to use these things. And I do tell you, I didn't know, because pastels, I was like, is it painting if you are drawing with a pastel? Is it considered painting? And I think it is, but I thought I would just go for it. So I did a drawing of an island that I have actually been working on with acrylic paint, and I thought I would just go for it and see what it was like to work with oil pastels. So here I am. I'm like, I really think this is kind of drawing or coloring. And I thought, well, I'm just going to go and I'm going to try and see what I do. I figured if the video didn't turn out, I didn't have to use it. But then I thought, well, even if the video doesn't really turn out, I can tell you what I thought about the Paul Rubens oil pastels. First of all, they came in the mail and I opened the box, and it was absolutely stunning. These pastels are so beautiful. The color, the array of colors. I really had a bit of that child in September. Remember that, when you used to go and you used to get all your art supplies or your school supplies? It was so exciting to open up this box. But to tell you the truth, I was a little bit intimidated because I don't think I've ever used oil pastels. I've used chalk pastels. I used to be one of those portrait artists at a fair or festival. I used to work at a place called Ontario Place here in Southern Ontario. And I would go when I was in college, when I was in art school, and I would paint, draw with pastel portraits of people. I would sit there under a tent, and people would come and they'd pay me to draw. And one thing I found from that is I learned a lot about drawing. I drew every day. I remember when I went back to year 2 of college, my friends said, man, we can tell that you've been drawing, because it really did change my skills. So there you go. There's your first hot tip. Draw all the time. Just go for it. Paint, and you can't increase your skills unless you do. And another point there is you can't wait until you're in the mood. You've just got to get going, because you're going to get in the mood when you go. So here, what I've done is I've used the oil pastel to kind of build, and then I thought, you know what, I'm going to try. I have some mineral spirits. I'm going to try to do a little bit of washes, and I thought that was actually quite effective. I used some mineral spirits with a little old brush that I dedicated to the project, and it really did melt and wash out the oil pastels in a beautiful way. So here I'm now building the reflection, and again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just simply looking at my reference, which you can't really see. You can see the red kayak of where I was, but you can't really see the reference. Sorry. But I'm building the water, and I'm just working away. I had seen a couple of how to use oil pastel YouTubes, and I watched them, and I thought, well, I can implement some of that. But as I was building, so I think what I learned is that you build with oil pastels and you layer. So my first few strokes, you could still see the paper through it. So I didn't know if that was a thing, if that was something that you wanted. But as I started building, I really started enjoying. Here I am going over it again with some mineral spirits to smooth it out. I really actually liked what that did, because that did get rid of the little white specks of paper. And as far as paper, I'm just using here a mixed media sketchbook that I had that I didn't have anything in particular. I didn't use a oil pastel paper in particular. I simply used what I had to try these out. Now they were lovely. They were creamy. They went on very smoothly. They didn't have, they weren't hard like crayons. They were really quite wonderful. So here I used the side. I thought that was especially effective. And here up there, I added some more darker blue, and again, using the mineral spirits. And look at how effective that is, guys. It blended so beautifully. I don't know if I'm doing a good job. I really don't. But I was enjoying myself. But like always, when I've got the camera on, I'm always a little bit intimidated. Like, does it look good on camera? An artist pride. But here I am, I'm starting to work the white of the clouds, which I really liked actually, because I put it on and it started blending right away. So it didn't go to pure white right away. The first layer there kind of was a powdery blue. And going back and forth, and now, just checking out the whole image, trying to get all of the areas filled so that I didn't have any white paper left. I think that was my goal. I was again trying to paint with the oil pastels the way I paint with acrylic. I was looking at the dark shapes, trying to build those, building to the highlights. So tell me what you think, guys. How would you test these oil pastels? Honestly, guys, they are worth it. I don't think that they're very expensive. I think you would really enjoy them if you got them yourself. But what I loved at the end was how absolutely thick I could get. This was the part that I was like, maybe this is why people who use oil pastels like it so much. So I've gone in a little closer so I could show you how thick I got in areas just by pushing on the oil pastels. And I found that was so satisfying. You could get a really opaque look and a little bit of old masters painting. So I'm coming into a close. I'm just fiddle-faddling now, adding little bits of color and popping around the drawing. I'm not going to say that this is my masterpiece, but I am going to say I thoroughly enjoyed my first experience with Paul Rubens oil pastels. So if you want, give them a try. I don't have an affiliate link. This box was given to me. You can go and find it and let me know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video.